Hello YouTube, TSH here, and I've got a pretty cool NU match for you guys today. One thing I should warn you about before the match is that I used a basculin in this, and there was like the sprite wouldn't show up. No matter how many times I refreshed the replay viewer thing, it just wouldn't show up. There's just this little blank window with an X. So anytime you see this weird thing with an X, it's actually a basculin. So just imagine that. So let's just get this battle started right now. So I'm going to lead off with my aforementioned Basculin. He leads off with Typhlosion, and I saw before the game that he had a Slowking on his team, so I thought he'd probably switch into that to resist my Aqua Jet, and that's amazing because then I go for the Crunch, and first of all, it does 69%. Second of all, I predicted something on the first turn, which is amazing. So now he's going to go out into Tauros because he doesn't want to waste his Slowking, and I go for a crunch on that. It actually gets a defense drop, so we'll be able to take it out the next turn. But seeing the way he's sending it on me, I'm kind of thinking it's probably Choice Scarfed, so I will not be able to stay in it. I go out into my Quagsire to take the physical hit, and he actually goes for a Wild Charge, which is just perfect because I'm immune to that, and now he's locked into it and has to switch out. So I'm going to go ahead and get the free Toxic up on the switch, but it misses, and that's very bad, and you will see why. Because this turn he goes for Substitute as I go for Toxic again, really trying to hit this thing, because I really wanted this thing Toxic, because Quagsire doesn't have that great offensive stats. I mean, they're okay, but not that great. So I go for the Toxic, but he sets up the sub, which is just so bad because now he has a free sub, and I have to switch out into my Vespiquen in fear of the Grass Knot, which I really hope he doesn't have. So he actually goes for a Focus Blast, telling me that he doesn't have the Grass Knot, otherwise he probably would have gone for it. And this Vespiquen, yes, it's Vespiquen, not Vespiquen. Everyone who says it's a Vespiquen, yeah, everyone who says that it's Vespiquen, or Vespiquen, or whatever the hell that is, they're lying because it's Vespiquen. Because look at that thing. It looks like it has like this little crown on its head, and sure, it looks like it may have like a gown or whatever, but I don't care. It's a king, so everyone else shut up. I go for the Defend Order, and that raises both my defenses by 1 stat, which is pretty good. Kind of like Stockpile, except for you can use it up to 6 times instead. And I'm going to go for that Roost to get all my HP back as he just goes for another Surf. So this turn is bad. He sees that he's not making very much headway, so he's just going to go for the Nasty Plot, which is very bad because now it's at +2 special attack as I go for that another Defend Order. And now we're pretty much even because he can boost his special attack much faster than I can boost my special defense. So this next turn he's going to go for a Surf to see how much it does. It still doesn't do that much because I'm specially defensive and a complete monster. And I'm going to break his sub with an Attack Order, which is great. So he's finally out from behind that sub, and I was very tempted to go for Toxic again, but then I was like, you know what, he's going to sub, and I'm not going to have a repeat scenario of what happened with Quagsire. So he goes for a sub, and I just go for Attack Order and break it again, which is great. And that is all good. So this turn he's gonna, I believe, go for another Nasty Plot, which is bad news, just horrible news, because now he's at +4 attack, and I'm pretty sure he will almost be able to kill off this Vespiquen, yeah, Vespiquen, with 1 hit now, which is not good at all, and he'll definitely be able to do a ton to Quagsire. So he's going to go for the Surf. It doesn't quite kill me, which I was very happy about. I thought it would, but it didn't. And I'm going to go for that Attack Order, and he lives with like 1 HP, which is horrible, because he's going to get his lefties back, and yeah, he'll be able to KO me with Surf, but I predict that he's just going to go for another Surf and switch out into my Quagsire to Water Absorb it, because I wanted to save my Vespiquen, or Vespiquen. I don't even care. It's Vespiquen. No, I'm confusing myself. So I was really hoping that he would either miss Focus Blast or it wouldn't quite kill me since it's unstabbed, but it hits and takes me all the way out. And I was hoping I would live that, especially since I have some special defense investment, but no. It's +4. I don't know what I was thinking. It was definitely going to take me out. So in comes my Pedofish, because I now have a free switch to it and can lock myself into Aqua Jet and take that thing out with the Adaptability Choice Banded Adamant Max Attack Aqua Jet, which is just completely the most powerful thing you can imagine, basically, in NU. It's very powerful priority. It's really, really good. So that's good. And in comes his Dusknoir, and I'm like, well, I'm locked into Aqua Jet. I would rather come back in and crunch it later. So I go out into my Vespa King, hoping that I can take a move and then Roost next turn, since I do have a little bit of speed EV, so I thought I'd be able to outspeed it if I live his attack or whatever he goes for. And he just goes for a Shadow Punch, and that does take me out, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to go out into my Haunter, which does randomly have hands that float next to its body. I wonder if it ever loses its hands one time. Like, if it sticks its hand in a tree to grab like a nut or something, like a bird, except birds use their beaks, and then his hand gets stuck in there, so he floats around with only one hand. I don't really know. So I'm going to go for a substitute, hoping that he'll just switch out, seeing that I'm a Haunter and he's a Dusknoir and I can kill him, but he doesn't switch out, and then I go for the Shadow Ball, one-shot it, which is great. I didn't get my free sub, which was kind of annoying, and this is where it would have helped. He goes into this Tauros, but thank goodness he misses the Stone Edge, and now that probably didn't matter, because I could have just revenge killed it with Basculin, but still it was kind of nice. So, yeah, he is using those low accuracy moves, Stone Edge, Focus Blast, and they do tend to miss. So he's going to go on to this Typhlosion, which is still hasn't been hurt at all, because it's just been switching around since the beginning. Kill me off with an Eruption since he's at full health. I go out of my Petalfish, and I was so close to just going for Crunch again, but I was like, no, he's going to see that. He's going to stay in and kill me. But I just go for the Aqua Jet to be safe this time, and that doesn't turn out to be what he does. He does go out into the Slowking after all, so I was so close to hitting Crunch again. That would have taken out the Slowking. If it wouldn't have, it would have done a lot. I'm not exactly sure, because it has Regenerator, so when it gained extra HP when it came back in, but it wouldn't have mattered, because I would have been able to kill it off with another Crunch. But I didn't, so I go on to Boog, and I take the Psychic, and I go for the Crunch, because I have 2 pokes with Crunch on this team, because that's an epic dark move. And I take that out, so I do have Quick Feet on this, and that's great, and in comes a Choice Scarf Typhlosion. I'm like, well, maybe I'll be able to outspeed it. I am max speed and Quick Feet, but no, because Typhlosion is faster, and it is probably max speed too. So I don't really know what I was thinking. I guess maybe I thought it was Jolly, but I'm adamant not Jolly. So I did not outspeed that, obviously, and he's gonna stay in as I go into my Petalfish. I'm gonna go for the Aqua Jet on that, and since I took it down to lower HP, it will not be able to kill me off with the Eruption, which is amazing because I will be able to stay in and take out this Typhlosion, which is great, and pretty much just means that I have the game, because his last poke is a Marowak, and with my last two, the last 2 guys on my team will easily be able to take out that Marowak after just a little bit of strategic switching around and stuff. So I switch out and Eat You for Breakfast, which is the Ampharos that I finally named from a long time ago. He misses his Bone Meringue. It didn't really matter, because it may or may not, it probably would have taken me out, but I don't really care, because I would have been able to go into Basculin anyways to kill it off. And so he's going to go for that Boomerang. Even after Cotton Guard, it does a ton, and that's just how much of a boss Marowak is. I don't know why I set up a Cotton Guard. I should have just gone for the HPI. So that's what I do end up going for this turn. And after that, it's pretty much safe to say that it's a good game, because unless I randomly miss with Waterfall, then I will definitely be able to kill it off at the amount of HP it's at left. So I am just going to go ahead and go into my Petalfish and kill it off with that stabbed adapted ability. So it's like 160 power after stab. Super effective, choice banded admin, all that crap, Waterfall to the face, and that will be a good game. See you guys later. Haas is out. Peace.